after you get your native title, we need to look after country. And yeah, the IPA program is, it stands for Indigenous Protected Areas. And for the last 15 or so years, a lot of the indigenous groups around Australia have volunteered to be part of this program. They've seen benefits for them, passing on knowledge, but for them to protect different different parts of their country, important things in their country. They understand cultural and traditional knowledge, and that has to play a big part into the management plan, but play a big part into instrumenting the protection of all these biodiversities and yeah, both on the sea and the land.
Before our time, the old people used to build up rocks and rock wall to catch their fish because they didn't have any life. So they had to build up that to catch all the fish and turtle, whatever, stingrays, things like that. And so that there was food for them in the old days.
What I see, it's all interesting things that we Bariyawi people have and how our lifestyles on our coastal people, we're trying to pass it on to young generation. IPA is Indigenous Protected Area, and that's how to protect our areas just by showing it instead of talking. The picture is there, visual things they can just see by art. It's not with us talking, they all can, as long as there's a story and meaning in the art, what we're doing.
Well, we are the tribe of the Bariyawi people, the coastal people who live in the coastal side. This is about a bush tucker.
That's all.
And are they in season today?
Oh, most of them not, and some of them are. They're coming up. Yes.
This tree I'm standing near is a bush fruit tree. This is our bush tucker. It's called Djarindjin, red berries. And it's a fruit, like mainly it's some sort of medicine fruit too. When we have upset stomach, like running stomach, we eat this all pretty sweet just to, harden it. And we cook it, we can boil it or cook it under the coals. This one it's late, in the season, and earlier in March or something.
And Elal, what's called this Elal, is starting to flowering now, budding. It's a fruit coming up for this season. And in Aboriginal body, Jawi, we call it Elal.
This fruit I've got in my hand is nuts. It's called gamb. And inside this gamb is the little nuts, sweet nut called dill. This fruit here, this nut, this brown one, when they put on coals, and then they just get a little tomahawk and slice it on the side, make it easy for them to chop it in the middle, and that's where the nut is inside the dill, and they take them all out, take the dills out nice and sweet there. And this is the idol tree behind me, and some call it manbang, but it's an idol tree, and this is a gamb. In the seasons of Jalalai, when it's Jalalai, that's not this gamb now, they have fruiting, and it's starting to get warm now in Jalalai. Argan, when it's cold, they were there hanging, but when it got into the warm season of the Jalalai, that's when the nuts fell off the tree, ready to be picked and to be eaten.
I was digging for this bush onions. We call it nialbon, and now it's in season. There's plenty here. Then it's nice and sweet when you cook it under the coals. The nail one. You know, when rain time, I went after the rain season, it's just green everywhere. Just some bush onion, nail one. You gotta mark the spot. And you know, there. You want? Before, they used to, like, before they dig them, they used to clean away the thing and with their foot, you know, like, hit that to soften the sand, soften the sand with their legs and make it softer and then start digging for this nail one. And at the back of me, there's a tree called Janba tree. Janba. It's good for smoke, meant for insect and mosses. Got a nice smell too. You sleep good and it's good to inhale it if you get sore chest, have coughing or running nose or cold. This is the little bush medicine tree from the salt water. We call it uralbul. This tree here, this little mangrove tree, it's a bush medicine too. It's from the sea, the saltwater medicine. And it's good for sores, bathing your sores with it when kids or anyone have very bad, nasty sore. And it's that we dig this, take it out with the roots and all, and wash it, and the leaves we pluck out, take it back to and fill our little containers with salt water, bring it back home, boil them, boil this with salt water, and drain it out, let everything come out, chuck this tree away, a little bit of stems, and let it cool off and start bathing it.
What's been handed down from generations to the people and what we all remember from what we've been taught from the old people, and we still keep it alive. And the ladies here have shown it in the paintings that they've done just to give people an idea, but it's also for what's there in the indigenous protected areas.
I'm actually doing a painting for IPA, Indigenous Protected Area. Yeah, a lot of us ladies are doing paintings. This is sea creatures I'm doing. As you can see, 2 fish, 2 crayfish, and 2 crab. And the bird, where it's bottom bird. Djarindjin. And ngarung. These are very hard to find. Yeah, only in the season you can find them. Bargan season, That's the season. It's called Bargan.
And in White Way, what that Paragon season is called?
It's cold season heading on to the warm season.
And the warm season
It's, generally the warm season. Yeah, we need to paint what we live off and present our country and the seas and where we hunt and how we hunt and what traditional food we live off.
Yeah, stop, boy.
It is about fresh water. When the tide's in, the fresh water is hidden in the sand, and when the tide goes out, and they look around to find the fresh water, and it's called umban. And the umban is flowing out to the sea, as you can see. We've got a beautiful sea in this coastal country, the Barijawi people. We're lucky. And this footprints in the sand, as you see, they were looking around if they can find any signs. The only thing they know if there's just fresh water in any rocks is they can tell by the birds' tracks and a little bit of resting water. And when you try to taste the water, it tastes mixed salt and fresh, and they call it murg water. This you get water from this umban, umban, and they call it ola, that's drinking water, ola, but they should dig the umban up. And there was another fresh water they have in the ground, it's up in the hills, and with the pandanus or irol trees are growing, it's called the bindin, and they should dig a water hole there and let it fill up. Different from this, but this water, that one up on the sand dunes everywhere, it's there all the time, but this water from the sea, the only time they can get a little bit of water when the tide goes out.
The IPA art project, I believe, is an indicator of what people want to protect in their country. And to us, if we going to have that as part of the plan, then people got an indicator of what is broadly being accepted as part of the management plan within the IPA project.
We're promoting our art and making the outside world see that we're coastal people and we're supporting PBCs by, instead of talking, there's art there and then they can look the pictures. The pictures are there and they see the reasons why we are supporting that our IPA.
I'm in the Djarindjin Women's Group. It's a privilege to be with them. That I'm not from here, but I'm from your tribe, more on that. And my back past and that, I've known a lot of the elders and that, and seen my young ones growing up like to this generation. And the fish represent the culture and that, saltwater people and that, they're Badi Jawa.
This picture, what I just done, it's about sea and fish. They got names. This is Geral. That's the valley. And the other one is Barramundi Code. There's Alnger, Tokasal. This is Bidib and Yinbor. And in this picture, it's like it's this sea. And around this, people might wondering what this drawings are. It represents the beaches round, and this white thing is the sand, and at the back is the land. Current.
My painting, which is about the reef and coral, which means in Badi Jawa is Manaj. And it explains that what sort of corals we have in our reef and the fishes.
This is my painting about the dugong, orod, and in white man way they call it sea cow. And it's sort of seasonal and it's a main source of food for the Badi people. You can see that the seagrass are very nutritious for the dugong and they love eating them in shallow waters. I have another painting here. It's my painting about the gulil, turtle. And it's a main source of food again for the Badi people, and it's very common. We have this all the time and it's sort of on our table, and you know, we all love it, love to eat it. And sometimes it's protected and you're not going to kill all of it, you know, you're just going to leave some untouched. So yeah, And see this, when they cut it up, lanjat, oh, too good look. But we try to eat, but kids get in our way. They want to finish the lanjat. And it's good eating, even the back, the shell part inside, it's beautiful.
The IPA program has been established about 15 years ago. We as PVC, or we as Badi people, have seen and welcomed this program. Voluntary, of course, this is a voluntary program. For us, we've been saying that we want to look after our country for a number of years now, or maybe hundreds of years, from the elder ones, long time before me, right up till today. One of the ways, and we welcome it, like I said earlier on, the federal government have entered into an agreement, a voluntary agreement, or we've entered a voluntary agreement with the federal government about looking after what is important in our country. With that, we've been given the resources to document what we want to look after. We believe by putting all that together, putting our plan about what we want to look after, how we want to look after, who should be looking after it, like I said earlier on, both on land and sea, yeah, I think this is a most welcome project here.
All the paintings what we doing is all about our country, and it was early days how people used to live on. We are still living on these things, you know. We are the Badi Yawi people, and we still live off the sea and the land.